name is Alexa Anderson. Some of you may not know me, so I'm here to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 18 years old and I'm from a small town called Jackson County in Kentucky. Today I'm going to tell you about my current interests, my experience growing up in a small town, and my future life plans. First, I'm going to tell you about my current interests, cheerleading and art. I took an interest in cheer 3 years ago from some of my older peers. It was my sophomore year and I had never done it before. I was extremely nervous to try out for the team, but my friends encouraged me to do it anyway. I made the team, and after that, my whole life opened up to new experiences and new people. This helped me overcome some of my anxiety that I struggle with. My second interest is one that I've had all my life. Art has always been a part of my life due to my mother's passion for painting, drawing, and etc. Now I'm currently taking an AP course in art. I've found through painting and drawing, I can express some of my life experiences without having to say a word. With both of my interests, or in other words, hobbies, I'm able to express my struggles with anxiety in a healthy way. Cheer allows me to release some of my frustrations while art helps me relax. Now I'm going to share my experiences growing up in a small town. Growing up in Jackson County, I had a lot of disadvantages, but it also had its advantages, and I would not trade that for anything. Growing up in my town, everyone knew everyone. In some situations, this can be a good thing, but in others, it can be very stressful. The good thing about it was that I never met a stranger. I knew everyone in our church, therefore there was never a time that I felt uncomfortable. I had grown up around them, so I was used to them. However, when I got older, I realized the downfall in this. Everyone knew everyone, and everyone knew everyone's personal affairs. So growing up in a town my size, there isn't a lot of room to mess up. One of the big advantages I had growing up in my town was how safe it felt. This relates back to how everyone knew everyone. But feeling safe was also due to the fact that there wasn't a lot of serious crime happening every day. I remember watching the news and seeing how in bigger cities there were always some sort of bad crime happening. Homicide, robbery, and drug-related incidents. Since my town didn't deal with these types of things very often, I felt safer. The last advantage of my town was that my siblings and I always had some sort of outdoor adventure, whether it was fishing down by our pond, riding four-wheelers around our farm, or just climbing trees. We usually had something to do, especially in the summertime. Although there were times where we wished we had a bowling alley or a movie theater, I realize now that kids that grew up in large cities didn't get to experience the outdoors as we did. Finally, I'm going to tell you about my future plans, where I want to travel, where I want to go to school, and my future career choice. Firstly, I want to tell you about where I want to travel on my future summer breaks. I want to see a lot of places, and hopefully I will be able to succeed that. I would be open to go anywhere that I've never been before, but I have certain places that I absolutely have to see before I die. One of those places is Australia. I've always been fascinated with all the different animal species in Australia and their beautiful pink sand beaches. Also, I feel like Australia isn't a normal must-see place for most people, so that's another reason I want to go so badly. Next, I'm going to tell you about where I want to further my education after high school. This fall, I plan on going to Morehead State University to pursue a degree in veterinary science. I decided to go to this school not only because they have my desired major, but because of the quality of the program. When touring Morehead, I saw the quality of the facilities and how much the professors there want you to succeed. Another bonus is that 3 of my best friends will be attending with me. I believe that this school will help me acquire the essential knowledge to help me succeed in my future career. Finally, I'm going to discuss my future career plans. After I graduate and have my veterinarian degree, I plan on moving back to my town to serve the people of my county. We haven't had a vet in our town in a long time. I've watched several of our larger animals die because we could not get them to a vet. And I know that other people in our county have had similar experiences. So my goal is to be able to have a clinic in our little town and be able to see small animals, but also go out to farms and deal with larger animals if I needed to. In closing, I've shared my current interests and how they've impacted my life, my experience growing up in a small town, and my future life plans. I hope that through this speech, I've shown you a bit of who I am and who I plan to be.